So Elon Musk has come out on a couple of occasions where he talks about MBA students and how it's not necessarily the best thing for growing companies. So in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the quotes that he made in previous interviews and also take a look at a video clip where he comes out and talks about the MBA. And then of course, I'll give you guys my own personal thoughts and opinions on whether I think he has a point or if he's just far off base. Now, I'm a big fan of Elon Musk. I think he's one of the few visionaries that are out there. After Steve passed away from Apple, I thought Elon Musk was really the next guy to kind of take over the reins. And so far, he's done a lot for Tesla, for SpaceX, and for a lot of other ventures that he's been working on. And so I think he's one of the few guys in the corporate world today where he's constantly challenging the status quo and trying to innovate and create new technologies that will benefit humankind. But I'm also someone who went to business school. And so I think I have a sort of a unique perspective on this. And so in this video, I'm going to talk about kind of my own personal thoughts on Elon Musk and some of the comments that he's made about the MBA. So in an article that was posted on Poets and Quants back in 2020, Musk told an online audience at the Wall Street Journal that he thinks that there's way too many MBAs running companies. And quote, "There's an MBAization of America, which I think is maybe not that great. There should be more focus on the product or service itself, less time in board meetings, less time on financials." Also, 7 years ago in a 2013 interview, Musk also said that he hires people in spite of an MBA, not because of one. And he thinks that a lot of graduates who finish an MBA program thinks that they're hot stuff after they graduate. And basically the sentiment is that he thinks a lot of them are undeserving of some of the opportunities that they get. And it's pretty interesting that he made these comments back in the past, and I'm curious to see if this is how he still feels about it today. He also comes out in a couple of video interviews where he talks about his own personal opinions about MBA, so let's take a look at that now.
The path to leadership should not be through, basically MBA business school situation. It's like it should be kind of work your way up, do useful things, and there's a bit too much of somebody goes to a high-profile MBA school and then kind of parachutes in as the leader, but they don't actually know how things work.
All right, let's pause it right there. I think he makes a good point about graduates coming in and trying to parachute into leadership roles when they may not necessarily have the experience. That's true for a lot of roles. At the same time, I think a lot of people who finish graduate school oftentimes have a couple years or years of experience under their belt, especially for people who may come out from let's say an executive program or a part-time program where they've been working for 10, 15, 20 years. And so the statement that he's making, I know it's more of a general statement, but I think he also needs to realize there's a lot of experienced professionals who have MBAs, who finish school, who are proven and experienced and can add a lot of value to the work.
They could be good at, say, PowerPoint presentations or something like that, and they can present well, but they don't actually know how things work because they do not, they parachute in instead of like working their way out.
They never went through an apprenticeship, for lack of a better word.
They're kind of like just not aware of what's really needed for to make great products. So.
All right. So my personal take on that comment is, like I said before, I think there are people who don't have experience, and typically you can assess for those skills and experiences during an interview process, but there's also people who have started companies who decide, hey, they want to go back to business school, or people who've been working in the corporate ladder for many years and who are proven leadership potential. MBA students typically, especially for the top programs, they have a pretty rigorous requirement for accepting candidates. And so they're not just going to invite anyone in to attend. And that's definitely a filter to weed out a lot of people.
I don't want to trash MBAs too much here, and I think it's just a little bit too much. Like people look at MBA school as like I want to parachute into being the boss instead of earning it, and I don't think that's good.
He makes some good points. For any leadership or management role, you definitely need to be proven. You need to have a solid track record and the credibility. His point about having that experience is critical, but I do think MBAs definitely have a place in the workplace. A lot of MBA students who complete a 2-year, 3-year program, they've gone through a rigorous program. They've taken classes, they've been in case competitions, they've been taking internships, or they've been working full-time during their MBA. And so I think a lot of MBA students definitely have a lot of value that they can bring to the table. If you take a look at the ranks of his companies, there's going to be a lot of people with MBAs who are able to scale the company to the next level. But his point about people just trying to parachute and get a fast track to leadership, he does have a point there, but I think there are also exceptions to the rule. And I think they should still go through a rigorous hiring process to make sure that they find the right fit. because ultimately it's about an exchange of value. I'm going to come into your organization and I'm going to help it grow sales, grow users, make things more efficient. I don't think Elon Musk is hating on MBA students. I think he makes a couple good points. And I think for him being an engineer by trade, he's obviously going to have a little bit more bias towards the technical side, people who've actually built and shipped products. And typically those come from more, technical engineering backgrounds. But I definitely think there's a place for MBA students. And so don't let Elon Musk detract you from potentially going out and getting an MBA, because I definitely think that there's a lot of opportunities for graduates in the workplace, whether it's tech or any other industry. Anyways, guys, that's my take on Elon Musk's thoughts and opinions about MBA students. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with him? Do you not? And we will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.